Hey guys, it's Coach KJ, and you know, I'm kind of shy, but I'm starting to talk just a little bit more. So today I met Bruna, and Bruna was telling me a little bit about her story, about how she works with people with disabilities in Brazil. And she was telling me a little bit about her story, about how she transitioned into this line of work from dentistry. So tell me a little bit more about your story, or you told me a little bit, but tell them.
So I'm a dentist from Brazil, and I'm specialized in people with disabilities, and I hold a master's also in people with disabilities. And I was part of one of the people that opened this free clinic in Brazil, was the first one in my state for children with disabilities. And because of that, I have to deal with politicians and hospital administrators, and I decided to come to Duke to study a little bit more about population health science, so I can understand a little bit more about health policy, and especially for people with disability and for their caregivers, because I'm like really passionate about their stories, and I think that we need people to advocate for them. So that's kind of my story in short, very short way.
What was the most surprising thing you found out with your studies? Like when you came here, you were expecting X, but while you're studying, you found...
I'm really in the beginning of my study here, so I just arrived here 4 months ago, so I still have like a long track to go. But after I arrived here, I found out that the United States has a way more organized way of like dealing with caregivers and people with disabilities. You have like councils that are very organized, and they have like meetings every month, and they are really trying to advocate for this cause. So I think United States is way in the front of a lot of different countries, especially from Brazil.
And so is that something that you'd like to take home?
Yeah, totally. I want to learn here way more. I want to study here and maybe go back to Brazil and work, not as a politician, but work with politicians, maybe in a health secretary or something like this, and advocate for people with disabilities.
Because that's where decisions are made, right?
Yes,
and that's where they decide with the budget.
And I think that right now the politicals, most of the time they don't really do research-based policies. So I think I'm here especially for like learn how to ask the right questions and to learn more about epidemiology and statistics, to go back and maybe help to build like laws that are research-based, not just because someone needs this law or wants this law. It's because that was a study done on this field, and that was the right answer, and I want to study this.
Excellent. I admire you so much for what you're doing.
Thank you.
For people with disabilities and caregivers, and also lawmakers. You know, imagine the good feeling that they're going to have when they know that they're making a positive difference, and they can see something more tangibly as to how their vote makes a difference, right?
Totally. Yes, exactly. Like I want to, like, in the future, see a law and see people that are really like listen to caregivers and listen to people with disability, like people that are in an everyday routine with them, like making the laws, or at least like people hear what they need to say.
Right. Then rather than assuming, right?
Yes, rather than assuming.
So one of the things is, when I did work for Duke Center for Autism and Brain Development, what they talked about is how clinicians see the patients from 9 to 5, right?
Yeah.
And how the patient acts at home or when they leave the office can be completely different from what they see.
But the good point of this clinic was that when I opened, I had like only 4 hours per week of ER. So like we are doing sedation in the patients, because sometimes it was in a hospital. Mm-hmm. So we are sedating these kids because they don't like dentistry is not good for nobody. Nobody likes to go to the dentist, especially like kids with autism and other disabilities. So we are sedating them, and we only had like 4 hours every week for the sedation. So the other spare time, I was all the time like talking to the caregivers. So I was like really listen to them and doing a preview research, what I want to like learn here. So that was amazing, because I had a lot of like talking and qualitative research and really listen what they need to say, and that's what made me come here.
Wow, and that's what makes people love you.
Yes, and I love all of them. The bad part of being here, it's here I'm not a clinician, and I'm really missing like being the clinician and talking to the patients. and talking to the caregivers. That was something I'm all the time texting them and saying, hey, how are you? Are you already okay with the new dentist? And how is everything going on? So I love to talk to them. So that's what's moved me.
Excellent, excellent. Well, Bruna, thank you so much for your compassion and your concern and your dedication and your authenticity.
Thank you.
Because it makes a difference. People know when people care and when they're just, you know, you're just a number, right?
Yes,
You're just
yes.
another patient. So
That's totally
they
true.
appreciate you. And I'm saying thank you for sometimes, because sometimes people are really busy and they forget to say thank you, or they're, you know, overwhelmed and they may not say thank you.
Yes.
But they want to say thank you. So I'm saying thank you on behalf of them as well.
Thank you so much. Thank you for everything you do. Also, I heard all your story and it's amazing also. So thank you for that.
You're welcome. You're welcome. You know I paid her to say that, right?
Oh no, she did not. I was just walking the store and we just met, so that was really, really amazing.
Wow.
It was a true connection here.
Yeah, look at that.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So you guys wish Bruna good luck in her studies at Duke and also in her practice and in her future with advocacy for individuals with learning disabilities.
Thank you.